Today's the day. Welcome. I'm Beverly Lewis, and I'm bringing you the first installment of Fresh Wind for the Soul. Today's the day that we begin this journey, and I want to begin with the story of a treasure hunt. I think everybody is fascinated with finding treasure, and the treasure that we're after is elevated levels of happiness in your life, fresh wind, better stress management, all of that. And I'm going to give you specific tips, but I want to start with a story. I met the Fisher family, or a few members of them, back in the 1970s. It was in 1975 that Mel Fisher and his team discovered the mother lode they had been looking for 16 years. It was the Etosha. Many of you have heard the story. They ended up bringing up $450 million worth of treasure. But the story is fascinating. This particular fleet of ships was sailing in the 1600s from Mexico to Spain. They were carrying gold and silver and treasure from Mexico to replenish the Bank of Spain when they encountered a hurricane off the coast of Key West, and all of the ships were lost, shipwrecked. A couple lives were saved. They made it back to Cuba to tell the tale, but they didn't have the technology to bring up treasure when they didn't even know exactly where it was. And it wasn't until the 1960s that Mel became absolutely fixated on that story and determined to find that treasure. So today we begin the treasure hunt for your own happiness and success, and that's a very important treasure hunt too. All of us want it. You know, every day Mel Fisher got up and said, today's the day, because he had a positive expectancy every single day for 16 years that was going to be the day that they were going to have a breakthrough and find what they'd been looking for. Now, here's the thing. I mentioned in the first video that psychology, positive psychologists, and the research that they have found shows that 93% of your success is related to your level of happiness. And there are three specific things that contribute mightily to that happiness, and I'm going to be giving you what those three things are over the next few videos. Today I'm going to give you number one, and the number one contributing factor to your level of happiness is your level of optimism. Now, you know, I have friends that say, well, hope is not a strategy, and it's not a strategy, but it's the same as air. It's oxygen to the soul. You've got to have hope, and you've got to have a promise for the future, and I want to help you find that. And it's different things for different people. We're all different, but it has to be an intentional treasure hunt, because with the news and the negativity, you know, all you have to do today is flip onto Facebook or turn on the news or get your news feed on your computer, and it's bad news, bad news, bad news. So we've got to become the good news. I want to infect you and let you be a carrier of the good news, and increasing your level of optimism will absolutely increase your happiness and therefore your success. So that's the challenge for today, is positive expectancy and elevated optimism. And stay with me as I give you specific ways to achieve that, because it's an intentional journey. Thanks for joining me here today. I'll see you next installment for Fresh Wind for the Soul.